Congressman Adam Schiff is a Democrat of California. He's a member of the January 6th committee, which is set to hold its third hearing tomorrow. He previously served as the lead impeachment manager for Donald Trump's first impeachment. Good to have you on, Congressman. This has been a difficult story to pin down. It's something that I was always very careful about in our reporting because what seemed to be the accusations being leveled by Democratic members of Congress were very serious. We now have some evidence on the record. What do we know? Can you just establish what we know that you have publicly shared so we can pin this down?
Well, what we've shared is the footage, just a part of which you just displayed. Other parts, that same person doing the narration, that same person who was apparently on that tour with Representative Loudermilk, is talking in a threatening way about what he's going to do to Nancy Pelosi and Jerry Nadler and a couple of my other colleagues. What makes it so concerning, in addition to the fact that, this is basically threatening the lives or well-being of members of Congress, is that you have these denials, these emphatic denials by Representative Loudermilk, by Representative Rodney Davis as well, saying there were no tours. They looked at the footage. And of course, now we see that there is a tour of the complex here, and very, what appears on the film, at least, to be suspicious activity, taking photos of stairwells, which are not a tourist attraction, appearing to take photos of, security checkpoint, at least one checkpoint. And so it's all the more baffling. This is the reason we wanted this representative to come in. We wanted to discuss this with him, and of course, he has refused.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very strange situation. The U.S. Capitol Police Chief Thomas Manger, I think is that how it's pronounced? He wrote a letter to Rodney Davis, who's the House Administration Committee ranking member, saying that we train our officers on being alert for people conducting surveillance or reconnaissance, and we do not consider any of the activities we observed as suspicious. That's their point on it. Again, it's all a little hard to tell without context. I'm just looking at closed circuit security footage. But I just want to make sure the committee has established, or believes they have established, that individual that we heard basically threatening to violently assault members of Congress was on that tour the day before.
That is our belief based on the evidence that we've seen. Now, if Mr. Loudermilk wants to come in and say that's not so, or demonstrate but the evidence that we have, I think, is pretty clear. We do want to talk with them and make sure there's no confusion here. I think all of us on the Select Committee find that letter from the Capitol Police to be utterly baffling. And if if those images don't appear suspicious, or if they didn't make the connection that we have, we want to know why. And we hope that it's not a lack of diligence on their part.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, I'm straining here to maintain. I mean, I have strained to maintain sort of healthy skepticism throughout this entire trajectory of this story, partly because it's such right? I mean, the worst version of it, right, is that a member of Congress essentially colluding with people that are going to, sabotage the Capitol by essentially abusing their role as a member of Congress to give this sort of special access to people fundamentally attempting reconnaissance, right? That's the worst possible interpretation of events. The exculpatory version, I guess, from the congressman would be, hey, I give constituents tours. I don't control what they do the next day. But it does seem like he could just explain that on, under your invitation, right? I mean, he could just testify.
Yes, I mean, that's exactly right. We gave him the opportunity. We've given him the opportunity repeatedly. We've, re-upped the opportunity for him to come in and talk with us. To hear what his explanation is, why he first denied giving a tour, then admitted giving a tour, denied that it was, basically anything other than a family with small children. We would like to hear his explanation and why there seems to have been this effort to dissemble about it.
Final question, since I have you here. I'm working on my Google Calendar for the next few weeks. Are these hearings not going to go past next week? Can I get some clarity on that? I can't get clarity. I got 3 kids. I got to figure out my schedule here. What's going on?
I'm not at liberty to release information about the committee schedule. We release it, as soon as we're required to under the rules. Look, there are more hearings to come. I think that the evidence continues to mount that Donald Trump not only lost the election, knew he lost, lied about it, continued lying about it, raised money off those lies. And those lies have continued to put our country at grave risk. So a lot more to come from where you've seen other evidence to date.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to Mr. Jacob and Mr. Ludig tomorrow. Congressman Adam Schiff, thank you very much.
Thank you.